So what can they do to help Luka Doncic and get him more help on the court and to make their team a better, well-rounded team going forward? Well, according to Rob Pelinka, they both talked about that, and the thing he immediately mentioned did happen to be a big, and one specifically that could be a lob threat for their team. I mean, if you take a look at the Mavericks, that's what they've done with their team, adding guys like Derek Lively, drafting him last season, and he's a great vertical threat, a great lob threat, a great rim protector, simply a very athletic big. Then last trade deadline going out and trading for Daniel Gafford, yet another very athletic big, a great rim protector, a great lob threat, and according to Rob Pelinka, that's something the team will prioritize and try to get going forward, and hopefully this season too.
Rob, when you're talking about a championship caliber big and aligning with JJ Redick, what do you think the values in that position are required in the modern NBA?
Versatility, mobility, a vertical lob threat. I think that's a key to the spacing that Luka likes to play with. Competitive. I think, those are some of the core things there. Those players are hard to find, but we'll accomplish the task that's before us. We'll find a way. We know we have a need for a big. The market for bigs right now, leading into the last 2 or 3 days of the trade deadline, is very dry. There's just not a lot available. So maybe we'll be able to do some stuff around the margins. I would say in terms of a big move for that position, it's probably more realistic that would be something that comes in the offseason. But Luka will be at the center of that as we build for the long term. We want to format a team that fits JJ's coaching style and his strengths and his needs to help us win a championship with the other people that are also on our team right now who are going to be a big part of that winning as well. But your question was about long term, so I'm speaking more to long term.
Definitely some optimism there, but also some pessimism too. He mentioned the market being dry for a big, quote unquote, and I'm not exactly sure what he means by that. Probably the price for them and what it would take to get them, as there definitely are many of them that are available or could be available. Everyone from a guy like maybe Walker Kessler, a guy like Jakob Poeltl, Nikola Vucevic, maybe a Nick Claxton, all the way down to a Rob Williams, Duop Reith, and even a few more after that. The list goes on and on. I think the difference and the main point here about what he talked about is the price for them and how they value them and view them on their team long term. Long term is something else he talked about. He wants to add guys that will be with their team long term, not only Luka Doncic, but guys around him, and they're trying to build that mentality and they're fit for their team under not only Luka Doncic and LeBron James, but also JJ Redick, and him referencing the philosophy and basketball vision that Redick has for this team and trying to make that fit around him.
What is your balance of thinking long-term with 25-year-old and then also just the short-term, knowing that the deadline's coming up on Thursday, just balancing the long-term vision with the short-term?
We know that our roster has continued work to do to become complete. And just to be clear around the vision for our roster, we're going to build a roster that fits JJ Redick's philosophy, his basketball philosophy. That's something that we believe in, that we support, that we want to lean into. So in terms of roster decisions, JJ and I collaborate extensively around that and fitting how he wants to play.
Definitely a lot to take away from that, and many different ways you can view it, many different ways you can interpret it. But I think the main thing here, the main point about it, is that Rob Pelinka is trying to prioritize their future and not willing to sacrifice that future to simply make a marginal move that he doesn't really view that highly to improve their team slightly this season. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.